Hi, Ivan. In this video, we will be discussing fundamentals of C. So, before starting actual C programming language, let us understanding the fundamentals of C. What are the features of C programming language? Okay, guys, let us see the features of C language. C language has some uh, very good features. One is modularity, another one is extensibility. It has elongate syntax and case sensitivity. So it has case sensitivity means it is some of the inbuilt function you have to use them in a lowercase letters. All identifiers you have to use them in lowercase letters, and all users. It is always the C is case sensitive. So it has access very less memory, and it provide a rich number of library concept, so you can readily available, you can use them, and for any particular function you need to use it in your program. So that is also possible. It has a portability of the compiler, and it has very powerful and varied range of operators. Those operators it is useful, and ready to access the hardware when needed. That means it can any kernel side or operating kind of hardware you wanted to interact, you can use this language, it can interact directly. That is also possible. With this, these are the major features of C language, right? So these are all the features of C programming language. So you need to remember that features of programming language before jumping into structure of C program. The case sensitive, and it is a portable and modularity, and it uses very less memory. So these are the major features of C programming language. Right. When you understanding the structure of C programming, you can expect the question on this. Usually they will asking question like this: explain the structure of C program. Just you have to write it like this. The first, it will be documentation section. It is usually first comment section, right, like this. So which is you can use the double coded program for addition of two numbers. It is a comment. You are commenting, it is easy for you to understanding the program or readability. It will improve the readability of the program. For understanding purpose, always using the comment section, right? This next type is link section. So link section always will be predefined functions. Predefined function is a preprocessor directives. So some of them, some predirectives are using hash include std.ioh. All this will be using it in your program. So always have to declare at the beginning of the program. Then is a definition section. What do you mean by definition section means? So whatever the function or global variables are using it, you will be giving a definition at the beginning. That means if void fun is a function, user defined function, I have not given the entire function, right? So you will be just a signature, definition has given it. Okay. Later you can use it in your program. Next is a global declaration section, right? Usually you will declare the variables, you can use them in a main function as well as in a user defined function. The what do you mean by global declaration means, once you declare this, you can use these variables throughout the program. It will not stick on to the local function, it can use it in a entire program. Then obviously once it is completed documents, link section, definition section, global declaration, your entry point is main. The main is the entry point of the program, C program. which it void means it is nothing to return, main function nothing will be returning it. So just you have to write like this, void main, the curly brace open, this then you can close the curly brace. Within that whatever the statement or logic you wanted to define it, you can write it. The example in this void main, printing a value of inside main function, which you already I will explain little later for this printf input output function little later. I am calling this function which I have already given the definition void main, right? Then subprogram section, then whatever definition I have given, you have to write the function of the logic. That function print value of inside function, this will be calling inside the main function. This will be the structure of C program. Dear student, this is so easy, not too difficult, need not to mug up or memorize it. Just you have to glance it and pause the video, looking it and take down this definition and parallelly compare your program, small program with example they may ask. So this will be easy for you to remember for longer period, right? With this will be moved to the next slide, right? This, as you told, comments is also part of your C program. Any programming language, as you all told that in your C programming language, comment is plays important role. Any coder without using any comment, there is no sense of understanding for later stage, because someone has written a program, if the comment has not used it in that program, someone will be tried to debug that program in the later stage is very difficult. Every line of code it should be commented and write the definition of each line, that gives the better understanding and visibility of the code. A comment is an explanation, a description of the source code of the program. That means is a giving that each and every line. So gives the definition. It helps the programmer to explain the logic of the code and improves the program readability, right? At runtime, a comment is ignored by the compiler. What does it mean? That means whenever your comment written in the source code which is not executable, it can directly ignored by the runtime. So just for user purpose, readability purpose, you will be writing a comment for each line, right? Each line of the code, or whenever you want it, so that you can comment it, right? There are two types of comments in C. There is a single line comment and multi-line comment. What do you mean by single line comment? Single line comment is, you can write it like this, double quote. Double quote is a single line comment, forward slash, that is a example is like this. Any comment if you write it, you have to write forward slash and write anything you want it. Then multi-line comment is, it is if you want to write comment multiple line in a single operators, that means it is a forward slash asterisk, anything can written within this star forward slash, right? That will becomes a multi-line. Even you can use it for single line as well as multi-line. This is the single line comment. If you want to write it in a multiple comment as well, right? So both it is possible. You can use the both, that this forward slash asterisk, then write anything, then close by star and forward slash. Anything you written within this you can multi-line, right? Suppose if you want to start with the forward slash star, you write multiple line, multiply, then you have to close. You call this as a multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. So What do you mean by comment? Comment is a kind of explanation or description of the source code of the program, which is not executable by compiler at the runtime. There are two types of comments. One is single line comment, another one is a multi-line comment. Give one example each one, then say you will get 2 to 3 marks for this, right? I hope you understand this comment topic. Let's move to the next topic is header files. So obviously any program start with the header file after comments. What do you mean by header? Header is nothing but is a preprocessor, right? Header file is a kind of file with the extension .h which contains the set of predefined standard library function. Set of standard library function. You need not some of the standard library function predefined it, which will be incorporated in the compiler itself. Whenever you want them, you can be use those library by using the inbuilt function as include, right? Is called as a preprocessor directive, right? Suppose I want to use the print input output function, you can have to use this directive, preprocessor directives stdio.h. conio.h, you will be using this console. Whenever you want to use the function getch and clearscreen, you need to include this preprocessor. Then another function, suppose if you wanted to use some of the mathematical function other than arithmetical function, if I use the arithmetical function, you need not to use this math.h. If we want to use the mathematical function power, exponential, square root and etc., the complicated mathematical function, then you have to include this header file math.h. We need to, suppose if you want to compute any of the string length, string compare and string concatenation, any of the string library, if you wanted to use in your program, you have to include the header file is called string.h. This is about your header files. You have to understand the comment document section, that is a comment. Then it is a linking section is nothing but a preprocessor header